3, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Got your camera pointing west, where the palm trees sway. First class sunsets and the heavies every day. Champagne terminals, influencers in line. Everybody chasing that perfect golden sign. Back home, the ramp lights flicker in the rain. Single engine heartbeat on a cracked out lane. Old man Carter fueling up a King Air slow. But nobody streams the places nobody knows. Yeah, the flyover towns keep fading from the screen, while the same 5 airports steal the dream. Your cherry picker running to the glitter, skipping every little town beneath the wing. Jet bridges and spotlights, big city Friday nights, like that's the only thing that aviation means. But there's life out on the back roads, dusty strips and cargo pilots keeping small town America alive. You can chase the polished picture, but don't forget who built her. Every runway tells a story if you listen close enough. Hey, cherry picker, there's more to love. They all crowd the fence when the rare birds land, posting the same
Welcome.
down clips again.
Hey there, everybody! Welcome to Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 530 here from Dallas Love Field. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining us. That's right, it is time again. It's rare Sunday evening edition here at Dallas Love Field. Welcome into Pip's Plane Spotting Live at Dallas Love Field. Welcome David, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Parker, Buzz Bros. Buzz Bros says me and a friend are watching from the middle of nowhere because my four-wheeler broke down. All right. Well, not the four-wheeler breaking down, but welcome regardless, and hopefully we'll pass the time for you. What's up, Southpaw? So welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being a part of the action here in episode 530. I am Pip Hastings, and we're here at Dallas Love Field. It's 102 degrees, which is why we're hiding in the parking garage today. And what's up, Robbie? We just missed out on Independence 1 by like 15 minutes. I have seen it up close, but for some reason I've never been able to catch it on the live stream. What's up, David Newmeyer? Oh, look, it's Mr. Sarcastic, Mr. Save F9. What's up? I'm going to move my tripod back a little bit. And I'm going to actually turn it a little bit, too. So Bradfield checking in. Hello, hello. Yeah, we don't often do Sunday streams, but we'll do our best to entertain, excite, and educate. Don't forget to vote in our poll question. What's up, Britzy Mink, Salt Lake City Flights? That's right, located in Miami. Our poll question today, which East Coast airport would you be most interested in watching a live broadcast from? Baltimore International Airport, Reagan National Airport, Dulles, and Philadelphia. Right now, Baltimore is in the lead, which is impressive. To say the least. It must be a lot of Scott Kuiper fans out there. And Penzi Plain fans for Baltimore. But great to see everybody. It is clear skies and hot as usual. That is kind of the MO for Dallas. And that's what we got. Bradfield checking in. Greenish grass, to say the least. I don't think we've had measurable rain in probably 2 weeks here at Love Field, at least 2 to 3 weeks. So what's happening? Oh, Rome at JFK in a few weeks. That sounds exciting, Ritzy Mink. That sounds very exciting. Adjusting the old tripod here. There we go. Much better. That's exciting stuff. So if you're just joining us, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. We're on a little bit early. We always try and get on a little bit early in case there's something that shows up that we didn't expect. Looks like the 737-700 is waiting for a gate, and we'll finally get one. Wow, they'll be gone for the school semester. Lucky sister. How about that, Ritzy Mink? So one is finally leaving the alleyway. That's 737-700. Hi, Kevin. A pleasant good evening to everybody. Oh boy. It's supposed to be hot and sunny for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so just FYI. But we got a lot of action. I think I counted something like 20 arrivals in the 7 o'clock hour. So lots to talk about, lots to check out. And by the way, Parker, you're welcome. That video I made, or that slideshow, I want to thank you because you are the inspiration behind it to give a little more knowledge, so you'll become a little more familiar. I know I've got a Delta 757 coming in. That's true, Kevin. It is true. I'll be right back. I like this super Parker's a Notum Pro now. That is wonderful to hear. I like this super, what do you call it? Luggage carts train. It's like 20 cars long. Right in front of us here. We are at our usual spot during hot weather. Is it? If it is, it might be on our side. I don't see anything just yet, Buzz Bros. I just see a lot of private jets, but it could be in a hangar under protection. I was not aware of that. Well, we've got a private jet here, inbound. Again, runway 13 left, we're on South Flow, as is typically the case, unless there's weather moving in. Oh, nice, Austin. NetJet citation latitude. They're really light winds today, Ritzy Mink. Not like the other night. Boy, it was a bit windy, especially at night there at DFW. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. G280 Pilot, what's up? Nice shot of the citation, indeed. A rescue buggy for a stranded man and his friend out on a four-wheeler. All right, we've got some departures on runway 13 left. We're taking off to Midway on flight 1326 here. All right, Buzz Bros, have fun. Be safe. So I'm excited. We have our first sponsor of the show that we get to share with you, and we'll share that around 7:30. But we have a sponsor. We're very excited for it. But yeah, like I said, this 737-800 taking off to Midway, Chicago Midway. Boy, I would love to get up to Chicago this week. That would be nice. I still haven't heard from my brother. Matt, man, what's up? I'm sure he's busy. So maybe I'll just have to sleep outside his apartment in Portland, Maine and be like, hey, what's up? That should be like the family tradition. It's like the first night you get into town, you have to sleep in your car. What up, T-Donji? How's it going? Welcome in, everybody, and welcome to Pip's Planespotting Live, episode 530 at 737-800 going off to Chicago Midway. I've never used this I haven't used this camera a long time at night, so you have to let me know how it is and see if it's any good. And, yeah. See if it's any good. Village people? No, you know, that's a great sponsor. We should have had Parker, but it's actually it's a different sponsor, so we'll see. No Poseidon yet, Matt, man. I know you're probably wondering if there's a Poseidon out, but so far the closest thing I got is looks like a Global 5500 and a Gulfstream. Is that a 4? That's a short Gulfstream. Is that like a new Gulfstream 300? Where's G280? I need your help. Welcome in. Hi. We're excited to share with you a new sponsor at 7:30. Don't forget to vote in the poll question. And I wanted to do a show tonight because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do one tomorrow night. We still may. And I probably should schedule one anyways, but I've got a couple of just regular checkups for doctors since I'm back in town, and so I might not have time to make it over to DFW, so 50-50. What's up, Trish? How's it going? Well, I know it's a Gulfstream. I just don't know what kind of Gulfstream. Wonder if we have anything special. I don't see any ATRs out for Jet Suite X. Excuse me. For Jet Suite X over there. At least not yet. Last time we saw a couple of ATRs in the hangars. There may still be one in there. But there's a lot of the 145s. It looks like they're mostly done for the day, and that may be true. So. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing. If you do encounter any buffering, just be patient. We'll get back on the air and refresh as soon as we can. The internet's not totally perfect yet. We are on a little bit early because we do like to try and be on time whenever possible, or early. So we don't have anything immediately inbound, but there are a lot of delays actually today, and there might be a Global 5000 taking off soon here. All right, so quick question. I do have a quick question since we have a few minutes. Has anybody gone on the community page and looked at how to read NOTAMs? I know Parker has. Anybody else actually try those 5 steps and see if it works for them? Raise your hand. All right, G280 pilot says, looks like a 280. You can tell by the outflow valve, the big black circle on the right side of the nose area. Okay. It's a slick 280 there. Gonna switch up my settings here from Fode Photography. Oh yeah, I did hear, Kevin. I was in bed though. I did hear about that, but I was in bed. So yeah, I woke up this morning. But we'll be here for the next several hours. Oh, and this global is moving. Moving and grooving. Question is it moving and grooving to the hangar or doing a 180 and turning around to the taxiway? Basically every day seems like a heat advisory, as like today is. Oh, nice, Mattman. Rit Mattman's catching both the 787-10 and 737-800 from Chicago yesterday in Stars and Stripe. What's up, Hyro? How's it going? Rod Moyes! Looks like the Fetzer valve is... the Fetzer valve is sticking there. Good Fletch reference. Good Fletch reference there, Rod Moyes. And we wish you healthy and recovery from your surgery this week. And everything goes smoothly so that you can play the guitar again and play Thunderstruck by AC/DC again. If it's still the 21st. So. Welcome, welcome. Okie dokie. Looks like our next arrival will be an Embraer Phenom from Belmar. I have no idea where Belmar is. I'm guessing California, but I'm not sure. Hey, Flight Nurse 280, you bet. Lots of corporate jets for you. So we got a Phenom next. Well, Rod, we will support you, and we got your back. Yeah, just be calm, patient, and say a little prayer. Say a little prayer for you. Forever, forever, I'm here in your heart. Sorry. You'll be excited. By the way, again, for those just joining, we're excited to announce our first sponsor, and we'll reveal that at the 7:30. We'll reveal that. This will go into FlexJet. Drew, what's going on, man? Thanks for your photos. I got them. I have not yet had a chance to download them, but I will be sharing them again if that's all right. Don Rumsey, the doctor is in. How's it going, Don? We got a corporate jet ready to roll here. It looks like a Challenger 600, if my eyes haven't deceived me. And no, I did not want an ad for that. I'll go with Challenger 600. No, I did not watch golf today, Kevin. Actually, this is the Global, excuse me. This is the Global 5000 we saw just taxiing out. Yeah, it's 102 Don Rumsey, so I feel you, man. The sunrise heat, or the sunset heat, or the summer heat is, sorry. Max 8 landing here. Drew, oh my gosh, thank you so much, Drew, for your $20 super chat supporting the channel. Appreciate you and your continued support, and safe travels on the roads. Trucking along, my friend. Thank you so much. And just in time, we've got a Southwest taking off, but thank you again, Drew. Whoops. Sorry. Thank you, Drew, for that generous contribution. Whoops.
I want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
All right, I will make sure to post those photos you sent me. There's some good ones. Matt Man will love those. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable with this tripod in this kind of squished area here. But I will make sure and post them. Just a thought. All right, Southwest 1100 on a 737-700 to El Paso. El Paso, I wonder if they can get there in an hour. Probably just over an hour 15. Maybe $1.20. About the same distance as like Albuquerque, I believe. Is this a little like, okay, so prop, it looks like, I wonder if it's Beechcraft. Or maybe a Piper? Or maybe a Bonanza. Took off like he's a fighter jet. Come on, give me a wing wave. Give me a wing wave. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Man, it's kind of like California or Florida for that matter. Oh, we got a chopper in the house. If you're just joining us, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Pip's Planespotting Live, episode 530 from Dallas Love Field. Ah, Baron, thank you. Beechcraft Baron. Man, thank you. It's not a Bonanza. Bonanza's a single engine with a V-tail. I'm a little rusty. Where is he landing? Guess over there. What's up, Tim Arnold? How are you this evening? Our guys, next arrival is FlexJet 380 from Burbank, California. Another Phenom, and then NetJets 293 from Austin, Texas. Yeah, but Tim, are you a moderator on Rainy Cajun's channel? Priorities, man. If you're a moderator on my channel and not his, you gotta prioritize. Another Phenom. Dub, what's up? Oh, I don't know about overnight here at Love Field. There'll have to be a lot of dancing again, and I don't know if anybody wants to see that. Boy, there are sure a lot of NetJets, it appears. NetJets jets here at Love Field. Grumpy, what's happening? Yeah, he does have a YouTube channel. Yep, it's called Go Flying though, and it's spelled Go as in like Cajun talk, like Golf Echo Alpha Uniform X-ray. Yeah, great sunny day for the air show, Trish. As we check out this arrival, I think it's a Prater from Austin, Texas. I hate those stupid lamp lights. An Embraer, no less. We're a half hour away from announcing our first sponsor for the show. We're excited. SOS indeed. Our next departure is Southwest 1587 is 737-800 to San Diego. San Diego, what I wish was my second home. Perhaps one day. One day. Ride with Ben says Chicago Air and Water Show was today, and Chicago was using the arrivals 22 left, 22 right. I saw that. I even texted Ben. I texted Mattman, and I said, hey, check this out. And I was like, why the heck are they arriving? And then it dawned on me. I was like, oh, the air show. That's why they're using the 22s. Pretty interesting, cool stuff. Yep. Pretty interesting, cool stuff there. Fun day. Looks like another Challenger. Is it a 600? No, it's a Global. Another Global. Man, my eyes are misleading me. Anything landing 22 left was crazy. Yeah, it's not a super long runway. It's like the equivalent of in San Francisco if they were landing on the 1s or the 19s. Because I think they're both about 8,000 feet. So when they land, it has to be purposeful. So it's really like 15, maybe 1,500 feet longer than Chicago Midway runways, so very interesting stuff. Happy Sunday to everybody. I know we're not on Sundays often, so thanks so much for tuning in. We're broadcasting tonight because I don't know if I'll be on the air tomorrow, just because I have a couple of late doctor's appointments. NY Cat, welcome in. Thank you so much for tuning in. We might still be on tomorrow. I just don't know. Depending on when I get out of my doctor's appointments. Just a couple of checkups. Is this next Southwest? Yeah, it looks like it's landing on the south side. Southwest 1377 from San Antonio. But we got a lot of action here too on the north side. The A360 today. I didn't know there was an A360. Thank you, Parker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my body is not appreciating the heat. You feel bad for Carolina Aviation? Well, you should feel bad for him yesterday. I had to console him because he didn't get his normal viewership. And here I am trying to get like at least 20 subscribers. He got over 100. But I come in prepared and happy all the time. Dang it. David Enriquez says, "What's up? Thank you for your support." Well, that's nice of you, Rod. All right, we got another corporate jet arrival. I'm excited to share our new sponsor at the bottom of the hour. So in 20 minutes, Rod, you're a true gentleman. Mike Wick saying hello. Hey, Mike. How's it going from north of the border? Roblox checking in. Ride with Ben sent a hydrated jewel for 500, or hydrated for 550 joules. Thank you, sir. Brian Henry says, "Hey, Pip, my son and I were there today about noon. First time at the new observation spot. It was very nice." Well, that is great to hear. Regine, good evening to you. It is a bright, sunshiny day. It was 103 today. 103. Challenger here, the 300 series. Oh, the short flight from Addison. So this was like a 7-minute flight. Oh, you were near YYZ last Monday? Awesome. A lot of nice corporate jets, and as Kevin mentioned, we should have a 757 later here this evening, and maybe another surprise or two. The 757 is coming in from JFK, so I don't know if that's the Yankees or not. I'm just guessing. I believe Southwest 1706 from Tulsa, 737-700 is next to land on our side. Right now, poll question. Oh, look at this. Poll question, 55 votes. Which East Coast airport would you be most interested in watching a live broadcast from? Now, DCA's got 31% of the vote. Dulles, 29%. Philadelphia, Baltimore with 22%. And Philadelphia with 18%. Poor Philadelphia. Man. But the viewers have spoken. SS Stutter, what's up? Somebody's got money to burn. I'm definitely burning something. Burning rubber. You know? Oh, it looks like... Yeah, and SS Stutter, thanks to your question, like we said Thursday night, we found out that DFW's runway was closed for the next 6 months. So that saved me a load of trouble. So appreciate that. Appreciate you. Mike Wick says Philly is nice. Rod Moy sending a UNC alert jewel for 440. Yes, you know, SS Stutter, surprisingly, they do those repositioning flights on corporate jets quite often, actually. Because if they need to get somewhere for maintenance and they can't fix it at Addison, there's maintenance over here. So the easiest way is to fly it over here. It's not the Yankees. Okay, Grumpy, thank you. Well, now I'm intrigued. Maybe it's the Rangers charter? Yeah, SS Stutter, I was putting out an ABP as much as I could on the Facebook page and everything. I was like, hey! So in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's about an hour flight. I've taken that flight before. Bill, what's up? Bill saying Newark in the poll question. So I asked the poll question because here's the thing. If we do go to the East Coast, obviously we're going to try and go to Boston. Obviously we're going to try and go to JFK, LaGuardia. So it was more about the other airports on the Northeast. So like Philadelphia, you know, Baltimore, DC, and Dulles. Bill says he went on an epic drive past so many airports. I'm intrigued, Bill. How many airports and what airports did you drive past? I'm intrigued. As we get another corporate jet flying in for our flight nurse friend. Scott Kuiper, our friend Penzi Plains, has done a couple Philadelphia, but I've actually wanted to do a Philadelphia stream just to say I did one and put it on the list. It's a little bit better than Charlotte. A little more variety than Charlotte. Rod Moy says code red greater than all other dues. That is rude. That is shrewd. Sadly, I guess they don't appreciate me. But thank you, SS Stutter. You know, I haven't seen, I have not seen the Herb 1 in a while. NY Cat, the Desert Gold. And also, Bill, oh my gosh, a drive from Portland Jetport to Maine? Dude, that's like, how, that's got to be like probably is it 1,700? I'm guessing 1,700 miles. A drive from Portland Jetport to Miami. I'm guessing 1,700 miles. Well, to be fair, SS Stutter, I always talk about, if you're on my channel, focus on the channel. So, yeah, but I appreciate the thought. Next arrival from Fort Lauderdale, Dallas Love Field, Fort Lauderdale to Dallas Love Field, another phenom. Hey Jacob, how's it going? When I fly into St. Louis this fall, I get a companion pass and me and one other person can fly for the price of one person. I was thinking of going to St. Martin or Honolulu, expensive. But those would be awesome. J. Rao Corta, what's up? From Anna, Texas. Hi, Lindsay. How's it going? Welcome in, Lindsay. Roger that, SS Stutter. The giant plume of smoke. Yeah, I was wondering what it was. It's mostly out now, SS Stutter. So let's see if that plume of smoke is still around. I don't see it, but what I do see, the remnants of the fire or whatever it was are up here. So in that direction, there was a ton of smoke coming, and I believe it was a fire. But now it's out, so most of the smoke is now up here. And while we have a chance, there is downtown Dallas looking great today. Tim, what's up? Tim says, $5 super chat. Pip, I don't think the 757 is the Yankees because they played Baltimore, so I don't know who's on the 757. Very interesting. Very interesting. Watching from Michigan, but from Grapevine, so love watching Dallas streams. Oh, nice. Hey, speaking of Michigan, we might get up. What part of Michigan? We've got some friends up in there in Michigan. And I would like to get up to Grand Rapids, eh? Sandra checking in. Leslie says it was burning tires. Thank you, Leslie. That would make sense. How is Midlothian this evening? Building and grass fire, burning tires. Wow. So from Portland, Maine to Miami. Is Portland, Maine to Miami 1,700 or 3,262 miles? Thank you, Tim, for that $5 super chat. Before I forget, my good friend.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
And Arizona Cardinals. I've seen the Arizona Cardinal 777 a couple of times, actually, Roblox, down in Tucson. We're only 8 minutes away from announcing our first sponsor of the show, which is very exciting. Yeah, Leslie, I've been talking to my parents about heading up north to like Minneapolis or Detroit and whatnot. So the Hyatt Regency. All right, Brian Henry asked a question. Pip, when you stayed at the Hyatt Regency, what room do I need to recommend for the runway views? Are you talking about DFW or in Los Angeles? Because either side in Los Angeles is going to give you partial runway views. But if you're talking about DFW, I would probably recommend like the 10th or 11th floor. I think it's like 1137, 1143, 1035, 1037, because those have balconies, which is kind of nice. So I've never actually stayed at the Hyatt Regency Brian Henry on the east side. I broke in. I shouldn't say I broke in. I casually snuck up to the pool level at the Grand Hyatt one day. I just timed it right when a couple of guests had their elevator hotel room card that I just followed them up. So, there's a statute of limitations, so I'm not guilty of anything. But I've never actually stayed at either one. I also did scout out the Hyatt Regency as well. I just, went up the elevator and kind of scouted things out. And so I think it's like if you were at the Hyatt Regency, which is the East Side Hotel, which looks, is on the east side and has the view of the 17s, you probably want to be like I said, the 10th or 11th floor, because some of those have balconies. And like 10, let's go 10 and 1125 to 11 and 43. So one of those combos. 1598, Portland, Maine to Miami, Florida. So I was about 100 miles off. Okay. Bill usually stays at the Red Roofer Motel. Probably much more affordable. Yeah, I could never afford the Grand Hyatt or the Hyatt Regency. I usually try and keep I try whenever possible to be like $100 or under. But Brian, make sure when you make the reservation, Brian, make sure that you ask the front desk or the reservation specialist confirming a balcony. Not all of them do. Some of them do, some of them do not. Samuel Rosebach checking in from Indianapolis. What's happening? Bill says he's got a 3,000-mile trip next month, New York to California. My goodness, Bill. You are taking good care of those miles and animals as well. So we check out this Challenger landing. Yeah, and Brian Henry, also make sure that the doors to the balcony open, because they may have balconies, but they may have locked the doors. So make sure that the sliding glass doors or whatever are open to the balcony. So just an important thing to remember. Next arrival is Southwest 1232 from Amarillo on a 737-700. I don't know if it's going to land on this side, but we'll see. Zach Montague, got activity on the west side. Thank you, Zach. Regine asks, have you done spotting from a huge hotel like up top or parking garage top of that? Regine, the one hotel I have done is I was on the 9th floor of the Renaissance Hotel in Atlanta, and that's a great hotel for plane spotting. Très bien. I think there was one other hotel I might have done a show from. Oh, Orlando. Orlando, there is a Hyatt Regency right at the airport, and we did broadcasting for 2 days from outside the room and outside my balcony. So, yep, twice. What's up, Raina? Mattman says we got 101 likes, which is awesome. Thank you so much, Mattman. Raina, great to see you. Welcome in. So a couple of helpful tips there, Brian, hopefully. And you could hold me accountable. If I was wrong, you can yell at me. But yeah, we've done 2 broadcasts for Gene at airport hotels. So in Atlanta and in Orlando. Those are 2 good ones. The Hyatt Regency can be a little pricey in Orlando. At Atlanta, it's $25 a night for parking, so you got to be careful. If you fly in there, you don't have to worry about parking. And with Orlando, remember this. With Orlando, you can eat at all of the restaurants in the terminal before security. So as long as you bring some snacks and stuff or make a quick stop at like a Walgreens, you really never have to leave. You can eat at the hotel or you can eat at the restaurants in the terminal. So win-win. Thank you, Kevin. Sandra, stream sponsor. Do we have another one, Sandra? That's fantastic. Sandra's stream sponsor says is Shoot Subaru of Sioux Falls celebrating the Subaru A Lot to Loved event. 1.9% APR on select Crosstrack, Outback, and Forester models through August 31st. And yeah, it is. Speaking of that, it's 7:30, so it's time to announce our first ever sponsor for the show. And I'm going to put some music here. I only have one song, so we're not ending the show, by the way. All right. So we're just giving our first sponsor here. So let me get up the script and say our first sponsor, we're pleased. Oh, wait for it. I did not see this one coming in. Sorry. What's up, Colby Kemper? All right. Okay, we'll try that again. All right, our first ever sponsor is Rainey's R-Jet Emporium, mostly E175s. Need a regional jet? Of course you do. Come on down to Rainey's RJ Emporium in Bellevue, Washington, where the inventory is big, the airplanes are small, and apparently nobody ever says no to another E175. We've got E175s, more E175s, and wait, is that another E175? Yes, it is. Looking for variety? Don't worry. We've got a few scattered CRJ 700s and CRJ 200s around the lot just to keep things interesting. So quit paying retail for your regional jet. Rainey's RJ Emporium in Bellevue, Washington, mostly E175s. Rainey says, if it's seat 76, we've probably got 6 of them. So thanks to Rainey's RJ Emporium, mostly E175s, for sponsoring our show today. I hope you laughed at that. If you can't have humor, you can't belong on my show, because I love to laugh. Rory Shields checking in. I plane spotted from a weird spot DCA the other day that turned out kind of awesome. Haynes Point across the river. Takes a lot of zoom, but you can see everything on the field. That is awesome, Rory. I'll take that advice if we go to DCA. Good recommendation. Yeah, Parker, you sure did. Mattman sent me a text and made me think of that, and I was like, oh, you know what I should do? I should make Rainy Cajun a sponsor. So our first sponsor of the show is Rainy's RJ Emporium. And RJ stands for Regional Jet, by the way. Flight Nurse 280, Atlanta Renaissance is the best for plane spotting, in my opinion. However, we did recently stay at the Grand Hyatt, and it was pretty good for the DFW area. Well, thank you for that recommendation, Flight Nurse. SS Stutter says, have you done a show from Space City or whatever the nom du jour of a rocket lounge? So you're talking down like in Corpus Christi, Boca Chica area, I believe you're talking. And the answer is no, I have not. But I have a lot of recommendations to go down there, so I'm going to have to do that. Well, glad to hear, Rory. We were just talking about which airport in our poll question is most deserving of a live stream on the Northeast Coast. Is it Reagan? Is it Dulles? Is it Baltimore or Philadelphia? So thanks for that feedback. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Indy's getting a new airport hotel if I come. Samuel sent me an email. Thank you, Samuel. I'll check that out with the photos. Wow, we've got a lot of photos to post. And you can always send them to me if you want to share your photos. And I'll make sure to share them. Just go to Pips. You can email me at pipsplanespottinglive@gmail.com. So we hope to get more sponsors. And if you'd like to sponsor the show, you can do that too financially. And we can make it all about you if you'd like. But that's what we call in the radio and TV business. That's a live read there. So you know how some DJs, radio broadcasters, they'll play commercials and then there's the DJ talking, and that's called a live read. Usually 30 seconds or a minute. Well, thank you so much, SS Stutter. Those are actually the adjectives I would try and use to, our goal is, what our goal is with the show. Sandra, don't you have an Outback? Or are you still have like an Acura MDX, or did you trade it in for an MDX? I can't remember. I cannot remember. Ooh, nice hotel, a Westin Hotel in Indianapolis, Samuel Rosebrock says. As we wrap up the first hour, I want to say thank you to Just the Thought Drew and Tim Arnold for their contributions. Thank you so much. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen any like presidential aircraft here in a while. But then again, I just moved back, so. Oh my gosh, SS Stutter with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much for your generosity. Appreciate that.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you. Very generous of you. Sandra had an MDX, traded it in for a used Outback, then traded that in for 24 Outback Wilderness Edition in Geyser Blue. That's a nice ride right there. Okay, Roblox, I'll make sure to check it out. By the way, Parker, I did order Andrew's t-shirt, so he should get it in like 7 to 10 days. Hopefully by next Monday. think we've got another arrival. Yes, we do. 737 700 Southwest 4947 from our favorite city.
Omaha!
Yes, that's right.
Omaha!
Oh my gosh, and Samuel Rosebrock with a $10 super chat says, keep the stream going. Thank you so much, Samuel.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you for your generous contribution and the support to keep the stream going. We will do that. Thank you, good sir. I wonder, do you know, Samuel, if the Westin will have like a rooftop view? Because that would be pretty great. So this in from Omaha. Oh, nice, SS Stutter. My townhome is just north of you. Air Force One has flown directly overhead, close enough to see the captain. Wow. 5 different presidents, major rush. Very cool. Very, very cool. I am jealous. You know, the sad thing was when I left Tucson, I left and 2 weeks later the vice president came in. So I missed my chance to see Air Force 2 and the 757 up close. So I kind of regret that. Ooh, a rooftop lounge and bar. Now we're talking. Sounds like, Samuel, I got to make plans for the Westin here coming up. That'll be nice to get back there. Hal Hostetler says, when will you be doing live from Tucson again? Hal, probably nothing immediate. I would love to, but probably when the temperatures cool down, because unlike the third floor of the parking garage here, there's no cover over the third floor of the parking garage in Tucson. So probably in the fall time. And I'll tell you what, Hal, a perfect time is if I were to go to San Diego, I would have to go through Tucson first. So I would probably do that. If I drove to San Diego, I would broadcast from Tucson first. Tico Man says, hey Pip, can you show the smoke cloud from the big fire in South Dallas or what remains of the cloud? For sure. Let's see if it remains. So, Tico Man, the remains are actually right here, if you can see those. This is what remains. So this is what happened. The big fire, the brush fire and tires that when I got here, it was a fully engulfed situation. It was out in that direction. It's now out, but the smoke is right there, and it was very visible for miles around. So yeah, that is the remnants of the smoke, Tico Man. Right there. If I can focus the camera a little. That's as far as I can zoom back, but pretty serious wildfire. Oh, sounds good, Hal. I will definitely let you know and announce on the channel when we're going to Tucson. For sure. Texas girl, good evening. Holy crap, that black smoke. Yeah, that was from that huge fire. It was crazy. That would be great, Hal. That would be great to get a Sonoran dog again. I do miss my coworkers. I enjoyed working with them. God just, I guess, had other plans. And I made the choice to leave on my own, by the way. So, for sure, I will let everybody know when I get back to Tucson. Next arrival will be a Cessna Citation 7. Cessna Citation 7. Oh, Texas girl, somebody was just asking if I was going back to Tucson, and I said probably if I did, it would be in the fall or when I'm driving through to get to San Diego. Samuel, you know what's funny? Okay. I have not. I have not had a single word. So let me tell you. I believe it was Guero Canelo, Hal. Guero Canelo. But there is a food truck, Hal, that is right by the airport that we would always go to. Okay, so on the job front, thank you for asking, Samuel. I have not heard a single thing. So I've applied for jobs I haven't heard a rejection from Chicago Midway. In fact, I sent them an email this week. But the rest of them, I've applied to Portland, Maine, Chicago Midway, Carlsbad, California, Portland, Oregon, Denver, Colorado, Las Vegas, Nevada, Greenville, Spartanburg, and there might be one more in there, but all of them I have not heard a single word. The only rejection I've gotten was from Salt Lake City a couple weeks ago, but everything else I guess is still up in the air. So thanks for asking. Yeah, we'll see. We'll just keep doing it and doing this, and maybe we'll just go on the road and go full time. I figured out a schedule at least. J28 Aviation, a National Airlines A330-200 went to Austin Bergstrom today for a reason I don't know, and it was super cool to see. J28, that is pretty cool. I wonder if they were transporting passengers from Killeen, maybe, or maybe they were transporting passengers from the National Guard base at the airport. Oh, that would be great. I would love to. Hey, Samuel, I would love to be out in Portland. We'll definitely have to look at that. If they offered me the job, I would gladly take it. I would gladly take it. What's up, Austin? Austin hanging out with us here. You check out this Cessna X. What's up? Oh, you got Whataburger.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you. Good.
Long time no see.
I know, man.
Look who else is here.
Oh, you brought Shamu.
And Inua's here.
Who?
Inua.
Oh,
My mother brought her too.
nice.
I brought my camera too.
Sweet. I was going to ask. I hope you brought your camera. Yeah, Samuel, if they offered me a job in Portland, I would definitely, they wouldn't have to twist my arm at all. Flight nurse, saying hello to Texas girl.
Good spot.
Yeah,
You picked a good spot.
this is a good spot. Plus, it's out of the sun.
Did you hear my voice yelling at you?
I did. Even with my headphones on. All right.
I told you I was going to be out here with you.
You are here, my friend. Austin's hanging out with us. Okay, we've got, looks like an arrival of CJ3. It's headed probably our way. Jacob the guy, $2 super jet. Here's a few more dollars for the Kansas City stream. Appreciate that, Jacob. Thanks, man.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
So here's the deal. If a job doesn't materialize by the end of this week, I don't want to say 100%, but like there's a high probability we'll start going on the road by the end of this week. For a couple months, just to escape the heat. Plus to see my brother in Portland, Maine, go see my sister in Chicago. Hey, Christopher Brown checking in. What's up, Christopher Brown? What's shaking? The VW Master Tech. There was another guy on Carolina Aviation, Christopher Brown. His username is VWDub. So I wonder if he's an inferior Master Tech, because you're number one, dude. You are number one.
So, you were wanting right, wanting left.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But
The grandma said they just open wanting right, back up, and they come wanting left.
yeah.
Yeah, I watched Wall Street last night. And Speedbird went on the east side.
Ah,
380.
hate to see that.
So, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
I saw that 12 hours. I saw that.
Yeah, I was tired after 12 hours, bud. So Paul asks, what type of job are you looking for? Well, my background is in, Paul, I was a flight dispatcher for almost 5 years at 2 different airlines, and then I worked in airport operations, so airside operations officer. So probably something along those lines, or even network planning. So I've been looking mostly in those, but I may have to like apply to become a teacher or something or whatnot. I'm doing a lot of praying, but also doing a lot of searching and a lot of working too. It kind of does, Rod Moyes. It kind of does. Rod's saying the I-30 or the 35E overpass bridge kind of looks like the Coronado Bridge out in San Diego. Sandra says, this is just a new sponsor, Lincoln of Dallas, the Lincoln Summer Sales Event. 0% APR for 36 months on qualified buyers. 0 payments for up to 90 days for select navigators, Nautiluses, and aviators. Thanks, Sandra. Making that money. So Rod is talking about this bridge right here. This is part of the 635-35E interchange. So yeah, I believe it kind of does look like the Coronado Bridge. Again, we're expecting 757 towards 9 o'clock, if I remember correctly. What's that?
Illinois.
Oh, and Illinois 1, Austin says, is arriving too.
840.
We'll see. By the way, this is not my normal night cam. I thought I'd test out the lens. It's been a long time since I've used the lens at night, so we'll see how it does. So apologies if it's not spot on like my other video camera. The 2 cameras I get asked about, there are 2 cameras I use. It's a Canon R7 with a 100-400 lens, and then also the Canon XA70. So I'm a Canon guy. Yeah, it took off like 10 minutes before I got here. So, nice shot. Was that from the observation area? Very cool, dude.
You remember? I went out at midnight to catch Green X-45, and I got her on video. So how's the job search going so far?
Andy Ling, how are you? Andy Lang, how are you this evening? Good to see you. Nothing yet, but I'm still looking. So I'm just doing this. Yeah.
What's that glad about?
So there was a fire down that way by, you know, the TV tower. It was, I guess, a grass fire and tires and everything. So yeah.
It's nothing personal, right?
I think so. Okay, it is almost 8 o'clock, folks. We'll be here for the next several hours. And the sun is almost setting. I think 8:11 was the sunset tonight. Slap chop? Rod, if you could get a slap chop sponsorship, that would be huge. Slap chop, man. Making it easy. I could even do a demonstration if you'd like. I'm looking for this G6 from Athens, I believe Athens, Greece. All the way from Athens, Greece. That'll land here in about 30 minutes. And then we've got a lot of stuff in the first part of the hour, but it's all delayed. I guess there were some delays out east. Yep. I got water. Paul says, any interest in ATC? If you were 31 years or younger, I was controller for 41 years. Great job. Sounds like you have a good resume to apply. I wish, Paul, I wish I could do ATC. I think I would be pretty good at it. But unfortunately, I am the ripe old age of 44. So I think I have to go back to school and get my CTO and then work contract work at like one of the small airports that are towered. Because I would love to. I wish they would soften on that rule, but I guess, I understand why, but I also don't, so I would love to. I actually found aviation a little bit later in life, and I should have looked for it way sooner. I didn't go to flight dispatch school until I was 35. So before this, before I was in aviation, I was a radio broadcaster, I was a news reporter, and all that jazz. My degree's in communications, so I have that. So yeah. There was a lot of weather in the Northeast. Yep. Yeah. 717 and a 757. Probably. Got it. Samuel Roseback says, I love doing the catering. I think it would be neat to do it at a bigger airport. You should try Chicago O'Hare, maybe. That's right up the road, Samuel. Or Detroit. I want to give a big shout out as we're almost to 8 o'clock. Thank you to Jacob the Guy, SS Stutter, Samuel Rosebrock, Tim Arnold, and Drew. Just a thought for your contribution so far. And 2 reminders. We also love contributions via PayPal and GoFundMe. Remember, by using PayPal and GoFundMe, if you use that, more of the contribution goes directly to the channel. And also remember that we do have a P.O. box as well. So if you're more of a snail mail fan, if you're more of a snail mail fan, want to send old pictures, old videos, cookies, a contribution, a card, an old plane, an old pedo tube, you can send that in the P.O. box. It is Pip Hastings Aviation, 8700 Stonebrook Parkway, P.O. Box 903, Frisco, Texas, 75034. That's Pip Hastings Aviation, 8700 Stonebrook Parkway, P.O. Box 903, Frisco, Texas, 75034. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in regardless. And thank you for your generosity. Regine, you really won't see too many heavies. Occasionally we will see a heavy. Most of the time, though, the heavies that we'll see are at DFW International Airport, which is probably 15 nautical miles to the northwest. That's where we see all the heavy action. Dallas Love Field is corporate jets because we're close to downtown. Southwest Airlines because This is actually where Southwest Airlines started. The headquarters are right across the street from the airport. We can't see them, but if we were on the south side, we could. And then also Jet Suite X, which is kind of like a supplemental 135 carrier, which actually has a hangar over here. I better take that.
Am I in the way, Pip?
No, you're good, Austin. Nope, not that. Address. Here, I'll take. There we go. There's Jet Suite X. Sandra, I saw the photo. It was late at night when I saw it, so I haven't responded back, but I will. Manila Ice Cream, can you see the FlexJet hangar from? I can. Here is FlexJet. There is FlexJet. And there's the hangar. Well, I guess that's the office. And of course, you can see signature in the back there, but there is the hangar for FlexJet. That is as far as I can zoom in. Is that right, Madman? Rainy Cajun has a P.O. box, E175 SeaTac. But yeah, there's FlexJet right there, right in the wheelhouse. Nice set of jets. A G7. I think you got a couple of G7s over there. G7, couple of G750s. Looks like a Challenger back there. Yeah, a couple of nice jets. You know, Parker, he's getting a lot of free advertising. I'm going to start sending him invoices, man. He's getting a lot of free advertising. I think I see our next arrival. Southwest 2391 from Lubbock on a 737-800. Again, we might do a show tomorrow, but I do have a couple of doctor's appointments, so I don't know if I'll be out in time. They're kind of late in the day, but we'll see. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You know my job is struggle wheel. You know what that is? Plano.
Oh, yeah?
That's where I worked for 4 years.
Nice. There's NetJets over there. Jet Suite X. I think you can barely see in the far back there. I think that's one of their new ATRs. Like behind in the hangar. If you're a new viewer, welcome in. My name's Pip. This is episode 530 from Dallas Love Field. We last broadcasted from DFW on Thursday evening. Yeah, Thursday evening. So we kind of rotate between the two airports. Paul says, a couple of days ago, the FAA has shortly will lift the restriction of having a CTO or FAA contract towers. Idea being to allow radar-only, center, or TRACON only controllers to apply. Wow, very interesting, Paul. Indiana, Samuel says, has had some very bad flooding over the past week. Some areas have gotten close to a foot of rain. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, Paul, I'll keep an eye out for that. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, Andy, I think I've sworn off doing daytime shows. I've gotten a really sweet farmer's tan, but beyond that, I've sworn off the daytime shows for now. As it starts to get cooler, we will definitely do more daytimes. Actually, daytime is kind of my preferred. I don't know why. I like whenever possible to wake up early in the day. Just kind of how I am. I can't fall asleep really easily right now, but ideally I would be a morning sleeper. Steven, what's up? Steve Wynn says, had a heavy thunderstorm in Virginia today. Sandra says, November 101 FX, the G750 came in from Winnipeg. Parker says, DCA and Dulles are neck and neck. Please vote in the poll for not, but not for Biwi. Ouch. Look at that. They're all in the 20s. Nobody's really pulling away, Parker. It's like, okay, so DCA with 100 votes has 29%. Dulles has 27%. Philadelphia and Baltimore are tied at 22. Wow. This is not at all how I expected it to go. Nobody wants to pull away. They're all in the 20s in our poll question. Very interesting. It's like we said, of course, JFK, Boston, LaGuardia, those are all, possibilities. Of course, we're going to try and do those. But I was thinking about the airports further south that may not get as much love. One thing you got to remember about JFK is spotting, unless you go to Baywater State Park, is really expensive because you got to pay for parking, which I believe is somewhere in the neighborhood of, I think it's like $60 or $70 a day, or you have to go to TWA, pay for a parking pass, which I think is like $80, or you have to go to the pool, and to get into the pool, it's like $50. So Baywater State Park is the only really good, to my knowledge, spotting area that I've been to. I lived on Long Island for one summer when Breeze Airways was starting up. So on my off days, I would go to like LaGuardia and JFK and spot there. But that was back in 2021. Wow, DCA and Reagan and Dulles are neck and neck. Definitely Samuel Rosebrock. At some point, Pittsburgh, yes. If we go, I'm trying to think the best way. If we come back, I have to go through, if I do start broadcasting full-time, we will head to the Northeast and then come back towards Chicago around October. And if we do that, I will probably drive through Pittsburgh and then we'll do a couple of shows there. That's kind of my thought. Or we do it on the way up there. But yeah, I definitely want to see that new terminal. Ohio? Austin says Ohio? Where? Cincinnati or?
Columbus.
Columbus?
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio, the home of NetJets? Yes. Tons of private jets there.
I think
Roger that. Thank you, Paul. I'll keep an eye out. That's appreciate that. Okay. We guess Lubbock. Where is Lubbock? I guess it didn't land on our side. Hey, but Jet Suite X is inbound. Jet Suite X from suburban Denver Centennial Airport on a 145 should be here in a few minutes. It's a busy night on the airspace. Do Chicago, then Indianapolis, and on to Pittsburgh. Possibility, Samuel? Yeah. I was thinking we would start out, because I owe Rob Viking One Aviation. I owe him a Minneapolis stream. So at some point we're going to have to go to Minneapolis, because I owe the channel a Minneapolis stream because we were not able to do one last year. We had planned one, but the weather was too hot. So I have to at some point get up to Minneapolis.
don't go there.
No? Why not? Too cold?
Not during August.
NY Cat says, okay, to solve the percentage problem, please do Nashville's problem solved.
Nashville?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Nashville's got like 20 different airlines.
Really?
Yeah.
Who they got?
They got WestJet, Porter, Southwest, Iceland Air, British Airways, Aer Lingus, American, Delta, United.
Speaking of British, did I tell you I'm going to London next year?
What? You're going to London next year?
London, England. My very first time, dude.
Wow, dude.
before a visit.
That's great.
Used to go plane spotting there.
Mr. Diamond saying howdy. Howdy back to Mr. Diamond. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Pip. Nice to see you. So Austin says, is just telling me off camera that he's going to London for the first time next year, which is exciting.
I think next summer.
So, NY Cat, since you brought up Nashville, I guess technically we've broadcasted from 3 hotels because Nashville has a wonderful rooftop viewing area. The Hilton does. And I actually ranked it number 1 for viewing, just ahead of the Renaissance. So the Hilton Nashville is a fantastic place to spot. Mr. Diamond says plane at LAX today from 9 to 5 was amazing. I'm sure it was nonstop. Oh, BNIA, Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo, New York. Got it. The crisscrossing runways of Buffalo, New York. I gotcha.
So, what's the difference between the Renaissance Hotel and the Hilton Hotel? What's the difference?
The Renaissance is a little bit newer. The Nashville one's brand new.
Is it on airport property?
Huh?
That I'm gonna go see.
Yeah, man. Gotta go see it.
But I will wear my Dallas Stars jersey. Not Nashville.
Tim Arnold says Illinois 130 minutes out. Also, Delta 757 43 minutes out. Love helping you catch everything. Let's go. Tim Arnold, let's go. Thank you, sir.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Parker, yeah, I would give the edge to Nashville just based on the fact that it's a little newer. Plus, there's bathrooms right next to the the rooftop area. Okay, our next departure, we've got one. We're ready to roll. Taking off to DCA, Southwest 990. Let's go.
You know something? I've been to DC. The airport is so small.
Yeah? Oh, Buffalo Niagara International Airport. Now we're getting like all the private jets, NYCat. Didn't Allegiant fly there for a period of time? Buffalo Niagara, just on the side of the U.S. side of the border. Nope, you're good, Austin. You are good to go.
She's gonna see Atlanta, Marshfield. Like that.
Just Bean says Buffalo K-Buff. By the way, did everybody check out the community section where you can learn how to know if a runway is closed? In 5 easy steps, I gave you some photo slides to follow. And it looks like here comes our Jet Suite X, I believe. Landing 13 left here, yes, from Centennial, Colorado Airport. Video clips now. DCA would be lit as a stream. Chaotic approaches, for sure. Right along the river visual, I did, Tim Arnold. I applied for a job at Denver this week. I applied at Denver, DIA. Penn, what's going on? What happened, Penn? Yeah, they closed 18, runway 18 left for the next 9 months, 8 months for runway rehabilitation. Runway rehabilitation.
So that's what they're doing?
I got you, NY Cat. We'll have to look at that.
Is that what they're doing at the UW, buddy?
Yeah,
What do you call it?
rehabilitation.
What does that mean?
Oh, that just means they're rebuilding the runway in segments.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How are they doing that? You know what I mean? You know something? Just get it over with so we don't have planes taking off from land.
Well,
Who agrees?
I know Austin wants it done quick, but unfortunately, a runway rebuild does not get done very quickly. It takes forever.
Just like one is right, remember?
Yeah.
It's closed.
Yeah, it takes forever, man. Right. It does. I mean, Tucson is supposed to have their runway 12 right, 30 left commissioned next April, but they started building that like 2 years ago. Started digging the dirt. Hey, it's a Gulfstream. Who doesn't love a Gulfstream?
That's Qatar.
This is the Qatar from Athens, Austin says. Sharp looking plane. Athens, Greece, by the way, I believe.
Yep.
Is it Athens, Greece?
Yep.
Okay.
That took off at 3:30. No, actually it took off at 4:15 p.m.
Ah. Of course, Tim, I'll let you know if we get it.
Executive.
Actually, I'm going to stick with that. No, we get a departure. Okay, so video clips now. You asked about the observation area. There is the observation area right now. The reason why I did not broadcast from the observation area tonight, because I would prefer to, because instead of having to park here and pay, that is free. It's it was 103 today, and typically until around 8 o'clock, the sun is right in your face when you're at the observation area. So.
Join the club, yeah. Join the club.
That's what I heard, SS Stutter. Yeah, I thought there was more than one gate, but I guess they didn't have more than one gate last night for some reason. So, yep, it was a while for Qantas. Yep, just mean he is. Yes, NY can, as you know, just like not as hot as Las Vegas or Tucson, but pretty dang close, and a little more humid. So I think this guy might be going. I don't know where he's going. We'll see. Maybe to Signature. If, by the way, if we do not do a show tomorrow, there is a high probability that this will be our last show in Dallas. Not 100%, but a high probability. So we'll see how the week shakes out.
See you last show in Dallas.
J28 Aviation, Pip, what is the rarest plane you've ever seen? That would probably be the Antonov. I need to. You know what? I should probably post those pictures. I'll post those pictures on the community section, but probably the Antonov up close and personal. Flew in a couple times in Tucson, and so I got to check that out. Pretty awesome, man. And the engine sounds are way different. Way different.
That's his limit.
Yeah, just being, I think it's at the other end of the airport, right there on Mockingbird, or Lemon Avenue. Mockingbird? I can't remember. Lemon. Have I ever seen a haboob? Not. NY Cat, I have not seen one in person. Well, okay. I do have one video of some thunderstorms that rolled in, but that was more like a microburst in Phoenix than it was a haboob, where the cold air rushing out of a thunderstorm pushes the dust up. So I've only seen a haboob from the TV when I was living in Tucson for Phoenix. So I never have seen a haboob up close. The only thing I saw was like a microburst, really, NY Cat. But I'll have to post that video again.
The thing about this thing.
Yeah, you got it. The Antonov, my man. That is. Yeah, Austin is showing me a picture of the Antonov.
So what does the Antonov sound like?
The engine sound is like much lower.
You know something better?
Fur, what's going on? Fur, hello. Asks a great question. What's a haboob? Also, hey ya. All right, so a haboob is basically. How do I explain this without having video? Yep, they absolutely can. And then your visibility goes down to 0, NY Cat. All right, so the best way to explain a haboob is imagine a thunderstorm coming towards you, but it's in the desert. So as that rain comes out, you have a cold air rushing out of that storm cloud because of the rain and the hot temperatures. So it kind of enacts kind of like a wave. And as that cold air rushes out of the thunderstorm ahead of this storm, it pushes the dust up into the air. So imagine like a tornado, but sideways. So it kind of like pushes the dust like cylindrically, like horizontally. Yeah. So it just pushes that dust out ahead of the thunderstorm. So cold air rushes out of the thunderstorm, picks up the dust because of the wind, and imagine a tornado, but in a horizontal fashion. So it just cycles that dust up into the air. And so it's like a giant wall of dust that hits you with like 70 miles per hour winds. There you go, SS Stutter. A haboob is a dust derecho. That's a good way of putting it. One time, SS Stutter, we've gotten the live show of the Dreamlifter once, and that was at Payne Field. Yeah, that was in January with Rainy Cajun. I think it is fur. I don't know the origin, but it might be an Australian name. The local time, Austin was asking me the time. It is 8:22, Austin. $8:22. Hey, we've got another arrival headed our way. That is Southwest 4818 from Phoenix on a 737-700. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 530. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Remember, it's a family show. We have people who tune in to the show from all ages, so remember to be professional. My next trip pen could be as soon as next week. I have to get my oil change done and go to the doctor first. but it could be as soon as next week. So this 737 in from Phoenix. Thank you for everybody subscribing and hitting that thumbs up button. Sounds good, SS Stutter. Thanks for your contribution. We'll see you later, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So we're going to have a couple of 737s waiting for a gate. Stop. Yeah. What's that? I know. Oh, SS Stutter with a generous contribution. Thank you so much.
Think about dropping him a thank you.
Thank you, SS Stutter. It's so loud because they're engines, jet engines. Oh, my computer overheated. That's what happened. Pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. What's happening? So another arrival. Looks like another 700. I did not catch where this is from though. Nice little 1, 2, 3 of arrivals. Nice, Pipes. Good for you. I know, Sandra. Where's Tim Reeder when we need him? Flyer KG checking in. Great to see you streaming at DAL. Well, great to see you, Flyer KG. Hope you're doing well. I'm just grateful that the sun is down. The temperature is down a few degrees, thankfully, and it's great to be on the air. Thank you so much. So, great to have you aboard. What's up, El Toro from Memphis? Next to arrive is Southwest 389 from New Orleans, a 737 MAX 8. Well, thank you, Roblox. We love having you here, man. Whoa, Dallas Jayhawk, thank you so much. Jacob the guy needs to go to bed in 30 minutes.
Think about dropping him a thank you.
That is probably the best super chat I've ever received. Thank you, Dallas Jayhawk. Jacob needs to go to bed. Jacob, that guy, needs to go to bed in 30 minutes. Got it. Oh, that is the best. So again, this is in from New Orleans. Oh, this guy is like fast. He's going all the way down. All the way down, all 7,700 feet. Samuel, hey, thanks so much for your contribution. I will look for those photos. I appreciate you, man. We'll see you on the next one. Stay safe and stay prosperous. So that guy went all the way to the end. I'm going to have to watch that again. See if he landed a little late. Yeah, I was definitely coming in a little hot, Flyer KG. I was like, okay. Planes. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of a family argument. Uh-oh.
Don't worry, Pip. My papa's going to help us. That's my dad, Grandpa's truck.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, man. You're good.
Okay. So, we have Southwest 56 from Houston to Dallas. We'll see if it lands on this side. It's on its base leg right now. Jim Rockford says Von Miller signing with the Cowboys. Wow, now that's interesting. Now, NY Cat says, I noticed all the window shutters down on all those Southwest planes. Yeah, so hold on. Oh, that's good, Jayhawk. You guys cracking me up there. You're cracking me up. Okay, so the question was by NY Cat. I see all those windows down. So I believe NY Cat that they have to have them down for landing for possible evacuation. I believe, if I remember correctly, because I've sat in the exit aisle a few times for Southwest, and the flight attendants are like, "Hey, you have to have those windows down." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So we need some flight attendants. We need more flight attendants on this show. That is the one untapped market of plane spotting that we need to get. More flight attendants. You gotta go? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Nice. You're welcome, NY Cap, but I need to ask a flight attendant to verify that. I need a cool hat like that for sure.
So, you remember my dog, right?
Yeah, I remember your dog.
Well, she's 11 years old now.
Von Miller's qualifies for Social Security. Yeah, dude, it has been a couple of years, Parker. That is definitely interesting. I think I remember them saying that the windows have to be, the shades have to be down for takeoff and touchdown. That's very true, NY Cat. He didn't do a whole lot with the Bills. You're right about that.
Who said there's 757 757 coming in.
Yeah, we're getting a 757 in, Austin says.
Is that right? Good time.
Thank you, Just Bean. We got another Southwest at the end of runway 13 left here. Watching, checking in. So this bad boy is taken off to, whoops, where did my phone go? No. Yeah. We are going to Oakland. Oakland, cross country almost. Finally sunset, dusk. Oh, Jacob, your mom was a flight attendant? I didn't know that. That's awesome, dude. Matthew Chesterton, what's up, man? Did you Matthew, you enjoy the ball game? Cheer on your Padres? Cheer on the Padres there, Matthew? Oh, you know what? This is a good opportunity here. Okay. So somebody asked me a question. A little education for you here. I'm all about education, of course. So let's do a little quick quiz. Can somebody tell me what those blue lights are?
I guess.
Matthew Chesterton joining Exit Row. Thank you so much, Matthew, for your support.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you
Can I
note.
guess too?
What?
Can I guess what those blue lights mean?
Yeah. What are the blue lights? Austin, what are the blue lights?
Is there something to do with the runway?
Not the runway.
Wait, I heard you say it once.
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, you're on the right track. What are those blue lights, Austin? Indy Spotter checking in. What's up, Indy Spotter? All right, El Toro says taxiway lights. Just Bean says taxiway edge lights, taxiway edge lighting. Andy says landing lights, taxiway edge lights. Okay, some of you, I'm really impressed. Some of y'all know your aviation, and some of y'all have been paying attention. That is correct. The blue lights equal the taxiway edge lights.
Oh, it's close.
You were close, Austin. So blue lights indicate the edge of the taxiway there. Meanwhile, what are these green lights? What are these green lights? What do you think the green lights are? Austin, what do you think? What do you think?
To get the plane out to the runway.
Kind of. So, where are the green lights? Where are they at?
Oh, I got you.
What part of the
The taxiway.
okay, and what part of the taxiway are they in? Are they on the left part, the right part, or?
I gotta see a plane on there, so I know.
But are the green lights on the left side of the taxiway, on the right side of the taxiway, or are they in another location? What do you think? What's another word for in the middle? What's another word for in the middle?
Down the straightaway.
What's another word for?
Down the.
I know you have it.
Down in the. Not in the middle. Not in the middle of the taxiway.
What's another word for middle? What's another word for middle? And good job by the chat. You
Straight down.
no. You're so close, Austin.
I'm trying to remember what
Okay, it starts with a C.
center.
There you go. Those are the taxiway center line lights. Good job, Austin. All right, great job, chat. Yes, those are the taxiway center line lights.
I need to come out here more often.
Good job, man.
I need to come out here more often.
All right, chat, you guys are doing a great job. The green lights do represent the taxiway center line lights. I also like to remind everybody that
I got one. What does the red lights mean
what do the red lights mean?
on the taxiway?
Well, you won't see red lights on a taxiway unless they're you're at a hold bar. But red lights usually mean the end of the runway. That's not a good sign. The the real lighting. Yeah. All right. So great job, everybody. Well, great job. Oh yeah, we got Illinois 1 on descent. Austin's telling me. So that yellow line, this is very important, and I'm going to stress this over and over again. The yellow line is the taxiway center line. You will never see a yellow line on a taxiway or on a runway. Never.
Serious?
Yeah, never.
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 Never. Ever.
Maybe like a small private, but probably never. Yeah, especially not in a commercial airport.
I've never seen that before. Never seen it.
Yeah. You will never see a painted yellow. See how it's painted yellow? You will never see a yellow line on a runway, ever. Runway painting is always in white.
Why?
So good job, everybody. We're gaining, our brains are expanding. These are important because some pilots forget this stuff. But we have an arrival, so our next arrival is Southwest 1243 from Las Vegas. Indy Spotter, I have seen Freedom 1. I've actually seen it up close and personal. The one plane I haven't seen Indy Spotter is Liberty 1. I've never been able to see Liberty 1. But
My cousin seen Liberty 1 in Austin, Texas.
wow.
I don't think we were built
Oh, that's interesting, Jacob the guy. What's up, Josh Aldridge? How's it going?
here where they're going to do Freedom 1.
Indy Spotter, going to California, probably not in the immediate, but I've thrown out the idea of going to California in November. Rob, what's going on? Rob checking in from down under in New Zealand. Jim Zonder. Hi, USA. Greetings from Germany. Welcome in. Guten Tag. And we have another arrival on runway 13 left. We're looking for that Illinois 1 here soon, maybe, and hopefully the 757.
Okay. I think he's going on that side.
Okay.
Yeah, Illinois was on the west side. So you have to go
If we do not do a show tomorrow, that'll probably mean I have more time. So I think what I'm going to do is create a quiz by the end of the week. What's up, Hans? Hans up late in Norway checking in. Welcome in.
We got problem. We got problem at DFW airport. Yeah.
All right, Andy. Thanks for checking in, sir. Have a great night. Sleep well. Hmm?
Who's on the east side again?
Ah. you're just joining us, welcome into Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to find my other battery that I have. I've got enough for one more, but I got to find the battery first. What did I do with it? Moose Turter with a gifted membership. Thank you, Moose Turter. Appreciate your generosity.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Congratulations, Regine. Hello from Adelaide, Australia. Beautiful. Beautiful Adelaide. Where's that other battery? That's a problem. I had one more battery and I can't find it. This looks like a Dassault. Like a missile. Alright, I'm on a search for my battery. Oh, there goes my keys. Ah, there it is. Hmm? Tim Arnold says they sent Illinois 1 to the right side, so 13 right. We're on 13 left. Well, there it is. Yep, Illinois 1. Austin took a picture. Well, thank you, Rob. This side of the Rio Grande, I don't know how I feel about that, because most of the Rio Grande is on the Mexican side. Shake Shack, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, Sandra is asking me about Shake Shack. I think Shake Shack is wildly, wildly overrated. Incredibly overrated. So, that's just my 2 cents. Yeah, Shake Shack is incredibly overrated, in my opinion. I don't know, Tim. We're gonna have to start making phone calls to ATC, and thank you for your contribution, Tim. By the way, I don't know if I said thank you.
Thank you for this. This all good. There it is.
Dallas Jayhawk, I'm glad you agree with me.
So, did you draw something?
Nope, I got it. How about, okay, is there any audio issues? Sometimes if the engine sound is too loud, then it sounds a little staticky, and sometimes you have to refresh the page. Is the audio 5x5, everything's good? Dallas Jayhawk, Five Guys is so expensive now too. Yes. Yes. I feel pretty good about Culvers, pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. The only thing that bugs me about Culvers is how long it takes. I mean, I get that they're making everything fresh, but they can still make stuff fresh and be a little faster about it. Especially when it comes to custard. Like when I go up to the drive-thru and I say, hey, I was just looking for a small peanut butter Reese's custard or whatever. Like it should be, boom, here's your custard, blip, done. So, just my 2 cents. Audio's good, okay. There's airside ops, I think. Doing a little inspection, driving around. Here's another thing you may not know. It is a requirement that when you are on the movement area, which is basically taxiways and runways, that's the movement area, you must have beacon lights on at all times. If you do not, I'm going to call the police. No. It's a violation. It's a movement area violation that can end up eventually causing you to be suspended from the movement area if you're a repeat offender. So good job to security or airside ops keeping their beacon lights on. And they don't have to because I think they're on the perimeter road, but still. Once you enter the movement area, though, you got to have those lights on. 757, Penn says, is on approach into Dallas Love Field. Martin Exotics USA says Whataburger for the win. Okay, so here's the deal with Whataburger. I will take Whataburger over most things on the breakfast menu from any other restaurant. During the day for lunch, not so much. The breakfast burger is a supreme offering that I would rank in the top 99% of breakfast sandwiches. But the rest of the day, lunch and dinner, not so much. What's that?
You go to Whataburger for breakfast.
Yeah, Whataburger breakfast is great. It's pretty good. The breakfast burger's on point.
You like donuts?
I do like donuts. Our friend Austin is here with us.
We've been sitting at the heavy lift for a while.
We're at Love Field when we get back to DFW. All right. Do we have another arrival? Oh, yep. There's our 757. The question is it going to start making its left base turn? Here from JFK. I have not figured Moose Turder. Sometimes I figure out how to make it disappear, and other times I don't. Breakfast Bob or the taquitos, Dallas Jayhawk says. That's all Whataburger is good for anymore. Yep. Just Bean says cookout is king. Really? Red lights, yes, El Toro, designate obstructions. That is correct. Sarah Deal, hey Pip, why not Boston? Sarah, because Boston is an absolute. If we go to the East Coast, we are absolutely going to Boston. It's the other airports. It's these airports, Newark, Philly, Baltimore, DC, I'm not so sure of. Will I get a big turnout? Who likes what? But yeah, Boston, JFK, LaGuardia, those are all absolute airports we will go to. So that's why the poll question does not include Boston, JFK, or LaGuardia. So good question, Sarah Deal. Yeah, Boston is an absolute. Oh, I start to see our 757. So here we go. Please don't, battery, please don't die. Please don't die. But there's our 757. Teterboro, I've scouted out Teterboro a little bit from Google Maps, just being. It doesn't look like there's a lot of great areas to spot. Sandra, yes, an illuminated X does mean the runway is in fact closed. That is correct. That is correct. So this 757 in from JFK. We've determined it's not the Yankees. Austin believes it's the Dallas WNBA team. I don't know. So if you know, please by all means inform the audience. Oh, that doesn't sound fun, Sarah Deal. Well, I'm glad he's home now. Yellow lights or taxiway, or yellow lights. It's more amber that. Hold on, Austin. I can't see it. What?
A380.
Oh.
Super. Turn it down.
Well, let's see. Austin says, yeah, my camera's not going to be able to pick that up, Austin. Unfortunately.
Once you got a tail light on.
Yeah.
Tail light on.
Sandra asks, if a runway is closed, are they required to keep the runway lights on? No. In fact, my preferred Sandra would be that we turn the lights off. Like if we had to do runway work, I would turn the runway lights off if the runway was closed. I'd be like, no, why would we leave them on? So yeah. Interesting, Parker. Well, we have a 757 regardless, which is always cool. If you're a new viewer of Pip's Planespotting Live and Dallas Love Field, in Dallas, this is where typically most of sports cheddars usually land. So that's correct. Sports charters. I believe this will go to Associated Air Center.
I'll be right back, though.
Okay, sounds good, Austin.
Get my dog.
So nice to see a 757. And what do we have here is the next question. I have not yet looked on radar. Thank you for that info, Dallas Jayhawk. Okay, so Parker says that 757 is the Washington Nationals baseball team. They played the Mets today in Queens. Okay. I can buy that. Thank you, Parker. Nice jet. Oh yeah, and there's the charter buses too. Dude Pilot, what's up? Just looked at the schedule and it is the Nationals on board. Thank you very much, Dude Pilot. $757 Delta charters. Chaotic Bean says, I hope Jacob has found his bed. Dallas Jayhawk. So yeah, there's the There's the bus charter. And there is the 757.
She is.
Oh. Got a dog too. Very friendly dog.
She's a good dog.
Yeah, very friendly.
11 years old.
11-year-old dog. Very cool.
Her name is Isabella. Sash
Is he? Cool. Nice dog.
You don't mind if she comes see it?
Hmm?
You mind if she comes see it? Yeah. You mind if she comes see it?
Yeah. Izzy is already making friends with me.
Yep. I think you met her before. When she was a puppy.
We've got another arrival. It is Southwest 2026 from San Francisco in a 737 800. And Jacob is in fact in his bed, Dallas Jayhawk says, with the stream on his computer and his phone for background noise. We'll see if he sneaks another comment in. Nice, I like it. Vigilance is needed. Always parenting. Okay. This in from San Francisco. It is 9 o'clock here on Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 530 from Dallas Love Field. Thank you for tuning in. If you can do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Those are free and help the channel, and you'll know when we're broadcasting next. Does anyone know who won the Braves game today? I do not, Regine. I don't. I took a little nap, plus I was preparing for the show tonight. Oh, look who it is. Aqua Melina checking in. Melina, how art thou? Wonderful to see you. And Melina, I did apply for a job at Carlsbad Airport. We'll see. What's that? Okay.
See you, man.
See you, Austin. Sarah Deal, the real deal. I kind of feel like the Red Sox are a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of scenario this year. Bye, Austin. Thank you, Rob, Viking One Aviation. All right, sounds good. We'll see you, Austin. Thank you for talking in Old English, Melina. How art thou? See you, dude. Oh, yeah? Shamu. Okay. See you later. I needed a Gatorade. Yeah, I'm hoping I at least get an interview, Melina. You know how I feel about Carlsbad. That would be pretty sweet. Mr. Diamond, we had Illinois unfortunately before I got on the air, we missed Independence 1, and then Illinois 1 landed on the other runway instead of our runway, unfortunately. The beeping noise, we're next to the cargo area, or the cargo warehouse for Southwest Airlines. So a lot of the cargo doors have beeping going on, Roblox. So that is the beeping you hear in the background. That is the beeping. Okie dokie, we are now in the 9 o'clock hour, as we said. Want to remind you that we... I'm going to do this without... I'm going to try and read this without laughing. So let's see if I can do it. Okay. Hey, we want to remind you that we have our first sponsor for Pip's Planespotting Live here, and we want to thank them for that. And... it is Rainey's RJ Emporium, mostly E175s. Need a regional jet, folks? Of course you do. Come on down to Rainey's RJ Emporium in Bellevue, Washington, where the inventory is big, the airplanes are small, and apparently nobody ever says no to another E175. We've got E175s, more E175s, and wait! Is that another E175? Yes, it is. Looking for variety. Don't worry. We've got a scattered few CRJ 700s and CRJ 200s around the lot just to keep things interesting. So quit paying retail for your regional jet. Rainey's RJ Emporium, Bellevue, Washington, mostly E175s. And Rainey says if it seats 76, we've probably got 6 of them. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at reading the copy. Thank you, Melina. The camera's holding up okay. I think my other camera's a little better at night, but this is, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the long lens, the DSLR tonight. So that's a little bit of humor, by the way. Rainey's RJ Emporium does not exist. Hey, Jay Bryce. I have to throw in a little humor once in a while, since Rainy Cajun loves E175 so much. Perhaps this is a maintenance plane that they're going to be looking at that's parked over here. Matt Man gave me the idea for it. He was texting me earlier, and I was like, oh, you know what? I have to, I mean, ideally, I would like some sponsors, but sometimes you just got to be funny and make up some sponsors. So that's what we did. We just made up some sponsors, because that's how we roll. That would be great if it was real. But that's for a little entertainment. But I will say we are going to start doing some commercials just about the channel that are going to be probably just 15 seconds long. Just you got to be about branding, you got to be about advertising, you constantly have to be promoting in a crowded broadcasting world. So just be prepared for commercials coming your way. Good morning to you, Jay Bryce. Tim Arnold with a $2 super chat. E-Jets, are you serious? No way. Play that boring sound.
Boring.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you for this. This all good. There it is.
192 likes. Thank you, Matt Man. Thank you, everybody, for hitting that thumbs up button. Appreciate you guys and subscribing. Melina says, I was like, wow, the airlines still have their company logo on the E175s. Yeah, hopefully we don't get copyright for that. Since it's a fictitious business. Okie dokie. Nine o'clock hour, we've got arrivals from Nashville. right at the top of the hour. We also have arrivals from New Orleans, San Diego, Denver. Wow, they're all delayed into the 10 o'clock hour. Very interesting. I did see you wave in Austin. I did. I sure did. So everything's a little delayed, which is okay, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm going to zoom in over here. Over there, we've got the, if you look over there, those buildings, that's where the Galleria Mall is. So it's about 10 miles yonder. That's where the Dallas North Tollway and 635 intersect. So right by there is where the Dallas Mavericks are supposedly going to build a new arena. Glad you enjoyed it, Dallas Jayhawk. I guess we'll just kind of hang out till we get some arrivals or departures with all those arrivals delayed. I want to see our poll question. This is fascinating. We have 145 votes. The question is, which East Coast airport would you be most interested in seeing a live broadcast and watching a live broadcast from? It is a very hotly contested poll question. 30% for Dulles, 26% for Reagan, 22% for Baltimore, and 21% for Philadelphia. I did not expect it to be so close. This is going to be a tough question. Glad you enjoyed it, Jay. Glad you enjoyed it. So again, we might do a show tomorrow evening at DFW. Not sure yet, though. That is because I've got a couple of doctor's appointments late in the day, so I don't know yet. So stay tuned, keep your notifications on, and if we're on, I will definitely broadcast and let y'all know. Yeah, they did. They do have a Carfax, Matt, man. They do have a Carfax. Like another phenom. Rob, thank you so much. Rob says Viking One Aviation. Pip, to help you apply for a job at San Diego International Airport so you can do more San Diego streams. Thank you so much, Rob, for your generosity.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. I guess it would be a plain fax. A plain fax on plain paper. That wasn't what I meant to do. Let me try that again. A plain fax on plain paper. There we go. That's better. That's better. All right, so this 757 we found out is the Washington Nationals baseball team. Just arrived, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. Thank you, Rob. I absolutely would love to work at San Diego. So, yeah, just tell me when to start, San Diego. Tell me when to start. Speaking of people, hey, big thank you to Rob Viking 1 Aviation, Tim Arnold, Moose Turter, Matthew Chesterton, Dallas Jayhawk S. Stutter, Jacob the Guy, Samuel Rosebrock, and Drew. Just the thought for your contribution so far, helping the channel. Really means a lot. And there they go. There the Nationals go. Yeah, parking's like $21 here, so that means a lot. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you. Thank you all for watching. So yeah, we're looking to the north and west. Anytime, you know, Melina, anytime there's the word Galleria in a mall or store, it's got to be fancy. What's up, Matthew? How are you? That would have been cool if Lufthansa landed here, Regine. I wish. We do have an arrival, but it's landing on the south side. Southwest 694 from Chicago Midway on the south side. Do we have any departures? We do. We've got Southwest 3781 taking off from Dallas to Panama City on a 737-700. Taking off 13 left. Just waiting for that getting into position. Silkway, yeah, that was interesting. Still don't know a whole lot about it. Panama City, Florida, not Panama City, Panama. But that would make sense if Southwest would, if they flew to Panama City, Panama, they would probably do it out of like Houston Hobby. So there is our Southwest ready to take off. It is still hot. It's really hot. Yeah, it was 103 today. I'm done. I've about had it with this heat. I think I'm ready to go to the north, like Alaska North, or to the south, like Australia. And it's pretty much going to be like 102, 100, 101, 103, basically for the next 2 weeks. So, I'm ready. I'm ready. Dallas Jayhawk says 10 more days of 100-degree heat, at least, and no rain. Terrible. I agree. Ken Boschwitz 9569 greetings from Minneapolis with a temperature of 75, which is cool for this time of year. That sounds wonderful, Ken. And Ken, I apologize if I said the name wrong. Boschwitz or Boskwitz. Thank you so much. Lyle says it's mid-60s and rain in Anchorage. Sounds fantastic. Yeah, Dallas Jayhawk, glad Jacob does play hockey instead. And that's I Love Hockey, and we're just around the corner from hockey. 2 months till the start of the NHL season. So, Melina, even at Carlsbad, what has been the temperature? I said the last name perfectly, Ken. Boschwitz. Roger that. Thank you, Ken. Thank you for tuning in. Minneapolis sounds lovely. And for you new viewers, I've talked about this all the time, all summer long. If we somehow continue for the next year, the next summer, we are absolutely, at least I am, and you're welcome to come join me, flying to Australia, and we're going to live there for 2 months. We're going to enjoy 60 degrees in Melbourne, 65 degrees in Sydney, 70 in Brisbane, 50 degrees in Tasmania. We are not going to deal with this. We are going to enjoy the good life in the southern hemisphere. Or maybe we'll go to the southern part of Argentina or Chile, but probably Australia. Oh yeah, and New Zealand too. So we're going to go over to Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, all of the above. They did already do the draft, Sandra and June. What is up, Trucker Norm? Greetings. Greetings. So we have a small private jet. Oh, this is diverting from, Deer Valley. It was going to Tulsa, but it's going to supposedly Dallas Love Field, a little Eclipse jet. These things are so small. Comparatively, they're about the size of a Cirrus Vision, if this is an Eclipse 500 jet. They're very tiny. I think their range is about 1,000 miles. Can we hit 300 likes? Boy, I sure hope so. Melina says it's been in the high 70s, low 80s on parts of the coast and in the mid to upper 80s and low 90s with actual humidity in the inland valleys. And there was South Carolina heat in July. Yuck. Well, Melina, you are welcome to come join us in Australia. I figured that 2 months in Australia with hotel or accommodations, food, and flight is probably going to be 8 to 10 grand. If you have miles, that makes things easier. Yeah, I'm down with Antarctica too, Al Toro. I'll take Antarctica, but it's a little sporadic for plane spotting though. That's the only catch. It's a little sporadic. Next arrival, Southwest Action 2924, MAX 8 from New Orleans. And for you new viewers who aren't familiar with Dallas Love Field, this is primarily Southwest Airlines, but we also have Jet Suite X in here. And this is the airport you would fly into if you were a corporate jet trying to fly into downtown Dallas. This is the closest airport. And this is often where you'll see the President of the United States fly into, and sports charters as well. So just FYI. I guess we could do, Jay Bryce, could do penguin spotting. All right, pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Midway to DCA is diverting to us. I bet they must have weather. I bet you they got weather there. Feels like 87 in Carlsbad. That is hot. That sounds yucky. That's mega yucky, Melina. That is mega yucky. Yo, Will Films. Will Films? Staying up late partying down. What's up, Will? I haven't seen too many coyotes around here. I see them all the time at DFW. Regime. And in Tucson, I would see a lot of coyotes. That is pretty interesting, Jay Bryce. Flyer KG says, yes, thunderstorms in the DC area. Okay. So I have learned, this is something I have learned about Southwest recently. And it's very interesting. I'll explain it here in just a second. After this departure. Jet Suite X. I gotta pack the bags, Will says. Oh wow, you saw the Odyssey and it was epic. Q, what's happening, man? What is up, Q? How are you, man? Great to have you aboard. Okay. So Flyer KG said, yes, there's a flight diverting from Midway to DCA. All right. So Southwest has begun, how do I explain this? Basically, if there's weather, instead of diverting to another station, they will divert to where the plane is supposed to be next. So they're not out of position. Some of the passengers might be, but either way, if you're diverting, you're out of position. But they are diverting planes, if there's weather, proactively to where they're supposed to be next. So it's pretty interesting. I actually kind of like it from a flight planning perspective. No, T-Dongy, I'm most definitely not doing an all-nighter for a while. That was that was a very long night. That was a very long night. Yeah, so I was talking to a friend a couple weeks ago about it, because I notice I like to keep track of diversions occasionally, because those are fun and unexpected. And I noticed all these Southwest flights diverting to weird airports. Like, for example, if there was weather, if you were flying from Nashville to Chicago, you would be diverting to Denver. Or if you were trying to go Fort Lauderdale to DCA, you would divert to Boston, you know. So basically what Southwest is doing is they're taking the plane that is going to divert and they divert it to where they're supposed to be next, where that plane is scheduled to be next. So instead of like having 150 passengers who are out of position in a plane that's out of position, they're doing it a little bit different. Very interesting. I know a lot of people missed out on the YMCA, but I haven't deleted it, so it is in my video section, Sandra. In a way, man, sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's way out of the way. mean, the video is still up there. They might, Jay Bryce. They very well might. They very well might. I'm still early. It's still in the early learning stages, but yeah, I was talking to a flight dispatcher in Southwest doing that, and I was like, you know what? That actually kind of makes a lot of sense. And they can, and Southwest can kind of get away with that because they are not a hub and spoke carrier. They're a point-to-point carrier. So you often connect through a lot of Southwest bases. Don't get me wrong, but they are point-to-point. Yeah, exactly. But that man was due to a maintenance issue. It wasn't so much due to a weather issue. I think our battery might crash right before this arrival, but we'll see. We will see. Yo, what's up, Scott Kuiper? What's shaking, good sir? So our next arrival is Southwest 712 from El Paso. But keep an eye on that. If you see like a big weather event and are watching diversions, see what happens with some of the Southwest planes. See what happens with them. Be interesting. Come on. They do have a maintenance base. They do have a maintenance base, Parker, but sometimes they only work on certain planes, or it might be easier. So there's a lot more that goes into that with maintenance than just like, oh, we're over Chicago. Hi, Kathy Shaw. Good evening to you. Welcome into Dallas Love Field. I'm Pip. Nice to meet you. This is episode 530 from Love Field. I bet that was a fairly light flight. Ken Boschwitz says South Dakota is underrated for its beauty and attractions. Will says going to be interesting once Southwest gets their MAX 7s and you get to see them at Love Field. And Will, I bug my friends at Southwest. When are you guys getting them? Every week. Every week. When are you getting them? When are you getting them? So far, I have heard nothing. All right, so Scott Kuiper brings up, says, there was one diversion last week from Buffalo to Bewee that diverted Denver. See, Scott, thank you. That is a perfect example of what we're talking about. That is correct. Well, welcome, Kathy. That's great. We're glad to have you aboard. Thank you for tuning in. Orlando to Bewee that went to St. Louis. Yep. That's exactly right, Scott Kuiper. Sandra, stop talking down South Dakota. WV Taco, I used to work in KC Aviation, now General Dynamics. Well, welcome in. Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for tuning in, liking, and subscribing. Appreciate all the support. Just being, it honestly depends. Just being says working graveyard airport ops must be nice. And sometimes it is, but here's the thing. If you're the only one at the airport and there are diversions, or if there's an issue, you're the only source and it's a mess. So you got to be careful. Sometimes it's great, but if you're the only one there and everything goes in the fan, it is a mess. But if there are two people there, then it's much better. So airport ops, when there's two people on a graveyard shift, is much better. I've worked when there's one person, and yeah, it's nice, but man, you always worry about that one phone call or that one diversion or that one emergency where you're the only one at the field. Oh, you know what? WV Taco bringing up some cool information. You familiar with the old Wright Amendment at Love? Somewhat. I've wanted to do a documentary on it. I know that it expired in, 2025, 2024, basically that allowed, that prevented any commercial service from like within a 50-mile radius of Love Field or whatever. But now that that's expired, McKinney's going to have commercial service. It also limited the amount of gates that Dallas Love could have, and that expired as well. But it's a fascinating piece of legislation. Yeah, T. Dungy, you got to make it a family show. No swearing. So, got to be a family show. Yeah, I think the Wright Amendment is really interesting. They need to do a documentary on it. Kathy Shaw says, my cousin is a flight attendant and her husband is a pilot captain, both with Southwest. Very cool. Well, you have to turn them on to this channel. I've got a lot of friends who are flight dispatchers for Southwest. Speaking of which, I need to get back in the fantasy football league for a lot of the flight dispatchers. Tim, we're actually already working on plans to redo the terminal and whatnot. So yes, they already are they've already had initial discussions or little initial design phases. So it's already in the works. It be in the works, senor. At least they hope so. Parker pointed this out to me in an email, but they've already started installing the jet bridges at Terminal F at DFW, the new F concourse that'll be built in phases. But they've already started installing some of the glass jet bridges. So, very interesting. Okie dokie. I don't know why I feel like saying okie dokie all the time, but I do. Southwest 2415 on its downwind leg from Tampa. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. It was, Melina, it's fairly new information. I was not aware, so you are welcome. We'll see on the next one. I don't know. I hope I hear from Carlsbad. I will make sure to announce it and see you soon. So there's our Tampa flight. And take care, Melina. It's great to see you. And have a great week. Exactly, WV Taco. Exactly. See you, Trucker Norm. Be safe on those roads. So that's the Tampa flight out there. 737-700. The Cedar Hill Towers, El Toro, are actually behind me over my right shoulder. You may not even be able to see them. So the towers, let's see, the towers you're thinking of, those are not Cedar Hill. These are, I believe, ATC towers. I don't know where those towers are from, honestly. But those are not Cedar Hill. That's more towards the west. Pole Barn Builder checking in. What's shaking? Have some time to spend with you tonight. One of my favorite airports, Love Field. Awesome. Well, glad to have you aboard, good sir. And WV Taco pointing out that it was all the right amendment. Yeah, it's all due to jealousy. Fort Worth, jealous of Dallas and their service. Yep. Because remember, many years ago, Fort Worth had their airport with commercial service. Meacham did. So, very interesting stuff. I'm a transplant to Dallas, so I had no idea. I knew a tiny bit about the Wright Amendment, but then when I came here and learned all about it, I was like, wow, that is interesting, to say the least. It honestly was like, wow, this sounds like some definite Texas-style politicking for sure. It's like a cornucopia of net jets over there. I guess I should probably show you downtown Dallas. Again, as we mentioned for you new viewers, this is the airport you want to fly into if you're a corporate jet because you're closer to downtown Dallas. You also want to fly in here, obviously, if you're Southwest, or if you're a sports charter because you're nearest to the arena, like for the NHL and the NBA. Even the baseball teams, you fly in here because it's easier to get in and out. I think the gas is less expensive here too. DFW's private charter airport is super expensive. Oh my gosh, Pole Barn Builder with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you saying, love what you're doing, dude. Appreciate your efforts. Well, thank you so much.
I want to think about dropping him a thank you.
Well, thank you for your efforts to tune in and enjoy. So, right back at you, Slick. Many thanks. Many thanks. And by the way, if you are a plane spotter and you want to know when a runway is closed, I've got a post in the community section that I think you'll enjoy. In 5 easy steps, you'll figure out how to read NOTAMs, notice to airmen, and learn if a runway is closed at an airport. So check that out in the community section. That is absolutely free. So we have an arrival next on runway 13 left. And this is our Tampa arrival. This, in fact, is our Tampa arrival. Treasure Maze checking in late night from South Carolina. What's up? Welcome in to our Sunday evening edition. We don't often broadcast on Sunday nights, but it's great to have you aboard. Sioux Falls Sinker Ward sucks. Dang, Sandra, got a lot of feelings here. Well, good luck to you, Steve. Hope you get a large hotel room. Oh, and 84, good day. Good day to you. Welcome into Dallas Love Field. So this is in from Tampa, Florida. You know, Pole Barn Builder, I've been requested that several times, and we're working on some new planes, so we will play it again, yes. But presently, no. But we will bring it back. I think we'll bring it back if we go on the road. And I think the first edition we're going to do is the military edition. All military planes. But yes, we will be bringing that back. I was actually thinking about that. Tim Arnold keeps bugging me about it. And then I was like, oh, you know what? I should do a military version. So we'll probably do a military version when we bring it back. Not yet, Tinanji. Yeah, a lot of people loved it, Pole Barn Builder, so I definitely want to bring it back. So glad to hear you liked it. That would be a lot of fun. Tinanji, not yet. So the thinking, a lot of people rumor, including me, once Terminal F gets built, I think American will move some of their jets from the regional concourse, the satellite concourse, and I think that could make way for Southwest. I don't know that for sure. I have no information, no knowledge behind that, but there is discussion about Dallas, about Southwest wanting to move into DFW at some point. Now, I assume that if that's the case, if Southwest moves into DFW, I wonder if American will pick up some gates here at Love Field. Maybe as a trade. We'll see. But this is all just hearsay. This is just my thought process. This is not anything official. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but that Terminal F opening is still like a year away. Or at least until 2027, so there's still some time. Flight Nurse 280, it's sad you're leaving DFW. Me and G280 Pilot was enjoying having you around here. There not many local streamers. It's true, but I may not be leaving Flight 280 Nurse. I just may be going on the road to escape the heat. And I've wanted to see my brother in Portland, Maine for a while. And also, I have to go babysit my sister's house in Chicago in October. Hey, Weather Bob, good evening to you. Welcome into Love Field. So yeah, to clarify, I could stay in Dallas, but I have also applied for jobs elsewhere. I keep looking for jobs at Love Field in airport ops. I know I applied for a DFW airport ops job a while back, never heard anything back. So I'm still open. Pole Barn Builder says, my brother is an American pilot. He flies the A320 and hope to catch him on one of your streams someday at DFW. That would be cool. Yeah, if you give me a heads up, or he gives me a heads up, or emails me at pipsplanespottinglive@gmail.com. Yeah, we may be able to do that. I wonder if my battery... You know what? I'm going to proactively change my battery. Stand by, folks. You're going to see a black screen and then El Gato. I'm doing a battery change here. Now, if I don't get a substantial job offer, we will try and go on the road to see if we can make a go out of this for a few months. And then when the temperature is cooler, wait, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I know what I did. Whoops. I plugged the cable in. There we go. Tim Arnold says, so do you think soon Southwest will offer flights from Mexico to Dallas? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, but I think they need more custom space, Tim Arnold. Great question. I don't think customs... Does customs exist in the terminal? There's a customs office here that private jets can go to, but I don't know if Dallas Love Field in the terminal has customs ability. WV Taco says, AA had gates at Love when Wright Amendment expired. Then they left. From my understanding, AA had the gates closest to the Quonset, but hangar. I believe I've seen pictures of like the Fokker 100s. WV Taco. Weather Bob says, I just found out that Southwest pilot and a FedEx pilot both live here in Searcy, Arkansas, and they commute. Very cool. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. That is, so pilots commute. A lot of them don't like to live in the big city because their money goes further in small towns, and when you can commute as a pilot, why not? I mean, if it were me, I would probably... What smaller city would I live in? I don't think Denver. God, I'd have to think about that. I might do St. Louis. Maybe not. Boise. I would probably live in Boise. Oh, look who it is. Andrew something. Checking in, the big man. The big dispatcher. Let's ask Andrew. Hey, Andrew. Do you know when you guys are getting the 737 MAX 7s at Love Field? I'll be surprised if he knows. But I know it'll probably be later. Not anytime soon. Did not check to see who this is. Who is this? Oh, this is Private Jet, a Global 6000. Right on, Global 6000. Ah, makes sense, WV Taco. Yeah, makes sense totally. And I only remember that from some of the photos I've seen. All right, so Andrew says, I don't expect the 737 MAX 7s on the property till next year. I mean, Little Rock would be a nice, smaller city to live in, where your money goes far. I think Indianapolis is a good one, too. Indianapolis would be a good city for commuting pilots. Salt Lake City, I hear, is a pretty senior base, though, for Delta. Like, it's think it's second or third most senior base for Delta is Salt Lake City. So you got to have some seniority to do that. Hey, Scott Kuiper, sleep well. Thanks for checking in at Love Field at night on our Rare Sunday stream. We usually don't do Sunday streams typically. Right now we're kind of like on a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday kind of flow. Yo, Eric, what's happening? Etvigal. Just living the dream, man. Living the dream. I did look at the job listing, Tim. It did not appeal to me. That's why I did not apply for it. Maybe I look at it again, but the pay was a little low. The pay was a little low, Tim Arnold, and that was the main reason. So I guess the Delta chartered in the Washington Nationals is maybe the crew's going to hang out here tonight, get some rest, fly, maybe to Atlanta or somewhere else. Yep. Yeah, Sandra, I've talked to several pilots who definitely have some seniority up there, which is funny because they don't have a lot of international flights. They added Seoul, South Korea, but that's the only international flight they've added. Now, I think the terminal is close to being done, like the entire terminal, like all of it for Salt Lake City. They built it in phases. So it'll finally be done, and my guess is Delta might do some more flights then. And they may get some more international carriers, because right now they just have KLM, Aeromexico, and Air Canada, and WestJet. And that's it. Yeah, let's get to 300 likes, see if we can. Appreciate everybody tuning in, liking, and subscribing. What do we have here? I think I've got Southwest from Nashville on a MAX 8 on its base leg. Oh, we got a departure here. Did not see this one. But it looks like a MAX 8 taking off for Southwest. Okay, so when I get home tonight, in the community section, I will post the Antonov. People ask me what's the probably rarest airplane I've seen up close, or I've seen. The Antonov is probably it, so I'll post some pictures of it on the community section tonight. And this no guarantees, this might be our last broadcast, only because if I don't hear anything substantial on the job front, I'm going to go on the road, broadcast from some new airports, go visit family, and try and make America Pip again, or Pip across America. So we might do a show tomorrow evening, but beyond that, I can't say much else. My brother lives in Maine. I would like to go visit him. I got to go babysit my sister's house in October if I don't land a job. So we'll be on the road for a couple months. But then we'll come back to DFW. We'll by then the weather will be cool enough that we'll hang out in Houston forever, in Austin, and we'll go over to New Orleans, like Matt Man has wanted for the last year and a half. And everything will be hunky-dory. All right, so that Nashville landed on the south side. Do I have anything else to give you this evening? Let us see. There's been some delays due to the weather. So on the East Coast, ooh, Crosstown Classic. There you go. That's right, man. I know you've been wanting it forever. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We've got a Global Express XRS that might land in Addison, or it might land here. Then but before that, we've got a Gulfstream 450, and then landing next is a Challenger 350. Which is that plane? So some nice private jets coming in. One last look at the poll question. It is, wow, look at that, neck and neck for Reagan and Dulles, 29% each, and 21% each for Baltimore and Philadelphia. So parity right there, but Reagan and Dulles are neck and neck. It's impressive. And they're also like 30 miles away from each other. Well, at least that Philadelphia is not like 2%, because I know Scott would feel bad if it was like 2%. So if this is FlexJet, they're just going to go across the way there to the old FlexJet offices. Right there. There's FlexJet. Next up, we've got Gulfstream G450 from Austin. Then it is the Global Express XRS. So 2 more private jets for us tonight as we just passed 10 o'clock. Thank you so much for everybody tuning in to Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Pip, P-I-P, Pip's Plane Spotting Live, episode 530 from Dallas Love Field. Thank you so much for everybody hitting that thumbs up button and liking. Yeah, thank you for enjoying the evening action where it's not sunny and 103, because that's what it was earlier. One of my favorite things to do when I get home is jump in the shower and take a cold shower. Good old Gulfstream. If you didn't know, there's actually a Gulfstream maintenance facility that they do some MRO work and paint even here And the hangars are actually just behind my right shoulder. So there's a Gulfstream facility here in Dallas. We should see that Global Express shortly. All right. Good night, Kathy. G280 Pilot says a lot of cool guys who work there. Nice. WV Taco says, ever heard of Legend Airlines? I have. I have, actually. SoCal Gal, what's up? Hello, I was at New Orleans Airport, then Houston, then LAX, then back at LA to meet up, watch planes leave. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you were able to get there safety. WV Taco, I've heard of Legend. I've heard of Muse Airlines. I've heard of also, of course, Braniff. Are there any spots, Weather Bob's asking, are there any spots on the east side of the airport to plane spot? There really aren't a whole lot. But there's one spot I can think of, and sometimes you get kicked out by cops. It kind of depends on the mood they're in. But yeah, there is a spot that technically I could go to, but it's not as accessible and welcoming as Founders Plaza on the west side. They should build one, Weather Bob. I think that would be great. That would be fantastic. That is a nice Global right there. The lights are on in the back two windows. It's like the cabin. Lovely, lovely. All right, here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to wrap things up, but we do have one more arrival that might arrive on our side. So I'm going to play the music, the goodbye music. And first, thank all those who contributed to the channel today and helped support the channel so that we can continue our broadcasts and travel. Pole Barn Builder, Rob Viking 1 Aviation, Tim Arnold, Moose Turner, Matthew Chesterton, Dallas Jayhawk, SS Studdard, Jacob the Guy, Samuel Rosebrock, Drew, Just the Thought, Jacob the Guy. Thank you so much for all your contributions. I want to thank all of you for tuning in on this Sunday edition of Pip's Plane Spotting Live. Thank you, El Toro, for tuning in. Again, episode 530 here was a success. And just keep an eye out for your notifications. We may or may not do a stream tomorrow, but if we do not do a broadcast tomorrow, Flyer KG, we will do our best to get to DCA. If we don't do a broadcast tomorrow, we will update you on Tuesday what our plan is, because that may include getting on the road. So WV Taco says KC Aviation used to work on Jetstar's, Challengers, Hawkers, Falcons, and Gulfstreams. Thank you to our moderators, Parker and Matt Man. doing a wonderful job. Appreciate you guys and the great work that you do. Thank you, thank you. You guys are the best moderators in the business. And the Southwest is about to make its left base leg turn. So if we don't do a show tomorrow, I will update you on Tuesday what we're doing going forward. So you'll be in the loop for when our next show is. And also, stay tuned. We'll have those Antonov photos posted on the community section tonight. So check those out. Let's see. Is this guy going to turn left for us? Let's see. He's out there. This guy, if he's turning left, we'll wait till he arrives. Hey, a big thanks to our sponsor, by the way, Rainey's RJ's. What is it called? Rainey's Emporium, RJ Emporium. We'll have more sponsors to come. Hope you enjoyed that. That was fun. We'll have more sponsors, and we'll do our best to keep things entertaining. But yeah, we'll let you know on Tuesday if we don't do a show tomorrow at DFW what the future holds. No, it looks like it's going to land on the south side. Well, that's not very nice. Well, here's what we will say. We'll flash some lights at you, and right up close here with this 737, and say thank you to everybody for tuning in. I'm Pip. See you guys. Have a great night.